Send this out and let public.
I just have a question for you.
Yes, and come on.
I just would like to know if the name on the certificate.
Your name, you have, we need your name.
My name is McGillan. I live at 53 Rail Way, right down the block, right off Railroad Ave, bottom of the corner.
Good, thank you.
So I would be curious to know if the name on the certificate of authority is the same name on the liquor license.
Correct.
It is, so it's from your LLC?
Full.
Okay. Focal points.
In New York State, your certificate of authority, your health permit, and your liquor license are all the same corporation.
Well, no, they're not always the same.
If by law they have to.
Well, I used to enforce the tax laws for businesses, and sometimes the liquor license was a different name.
But to hold a liquor license in New York State, your certificate of authority needs to be the same as your.
Okay.
The answer is yes.
And so it's on display?
All our permits.
So,
Okay.
Okay. Anyone else wish to speak? Yes, ma'am.
My name is Irene Dashield. I live in Cooper Beech Village.
Could you speak up just a bit?
Okay. My name is Irene Dashield. I live in Cooper Beech Village. I have grave concerns about this special permit. There really isn't enough parking. So when there isn't enough parking, the patrons for the Emporium come down to a residential area. And it makes it very difficult for the residents of Copper Beech and other communities to be able to sleep at night, because when they close their establishment at 2 or 3 in the morning, we hear it. And it's really, the Emporium is in an area that's a lot residential. It's not fair to us. We pay village taxes. So why should my sleep be disturbed because of an establishment like the Emporium? Again, I have major concerns about it. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Good evening. My name is Elaine Soma. I just moved here from Huntington in April, so I'm kind of new as a, I don't know if you call it a Petrovian, I'm not sure what you call it, they're Huntingtonians, but I'm loving the South Shore except for the Emporium. I met Mr. Pontieri, had a nice conversation with him, and he told me the plans that he was trying to revitalize Tassone and restore it. It had gone down in the mid-50s, and he's trying to kind of bring it back up and restore it. And I was very happy to hear that. And I live in the Riverwalk condominiums. I just moved in there. And as you know, that's on Railroad. I have a corner condo, and I'm right on Railroad. So I have the railroad station right behind me, and up a little way is the Emporium. And all night long, on Fridays and Saturdays, they come off the train, they walk to the Emporium, they drink, they drug, whatever they do. And when the place closes, first of all, when it's open, there's music blasting all night long. I have to keep my windows closed. I don't sleep as well as this woman here. The noise is unbearable, okay? And then after the place closes, they're all drunk, they're all high, they're walking back to the train station because obviously they can't drive, so they get on the railroad, And as they're going by, walking down the street, they're yelling and screaming, throwing things around. One lady at the condo, her chairs were taken off her patio onto the street. It was sitting, I mean, you can't imagine what goes on unless you live there and see. So, like she said, we do pay village incorporated taxes, and it is affecting me as a village homeowner here. So, thank you.
Ma'am, could you possibly, do you know if any of yourself or any of your neighbors have called the police?
Yes. When I went to the HOA meeting at the Riverwalk about a month at the YMCA, many of them had called, and many of them had told me to come here tonight. I don't know where they are.
Well, thank you.
Disappointed, but we did discuss it at the HOA meeting. Many of the homeowners were there, and they said they have called numerous times. They told me to get involved, you know, to get on the bandwagon, so to speak. They have, the parking apparently they had said was worse because they allowed them to park on a railroad. Apparently they stopped that, so now they're parking on railroad. But now what they're doing is parking in the railroad station or taking the train, and the activity is now, you know, so they said the parking is a lot better, you know. So they said some progress is being made, but, you know.
Is that during a particular time of the year that you find
All
this?
summer long. I hear it all summer long. I hear the music, the band, I hear the drunkenness, the kids screaming, yelling up and down the road. There's lines out there waiting to get in. I am not well versed as you are on a town board. I've sat on boards, not on a town board. I've sat on church boards as a minister. I'm a licensed minister. I understand cabaret. The cabaret can be used and can be abused because people can use it as a strip place, and they can go and get a cabaret license, and that's many times how they get their license. I'm not saying that that's what's going on, but I do know that many times that cabaret can be used and abused. And people can hide things under a cabaret license. I'm not sure if I'm sure you are aware of that. Yes. And that's what I see going on here. I see there's more than a restaurant, more than a catering hall. There's a lot more going on there that I think the town realizes, because I'm right there and I do see it. So,
Thank you.
thank you for hearing me. I appreciate
May I
it.
just make a comment?
Yeah.
As a former 39-year proud Huntingtonian myself, it's
Oh.
nice to see you as a neighbor. It's nice to see you as a neighbor of mine making that transition.
Yeah, it's going North Shore to South Shore, so I'm getting used to Sunrise Highway.
There's an adjustment.
Thank you.
Carol, would it be possible if we get a copy of any complaints or calls and code enforcement at this location, just so we can take a look at? Yes, sir.
Hi, my name is Anthony Vasquez. I live at 346 South Ocean Avenue, and I own the apartment buildings 50 feet away from the Emporium. And it is a nightmare.
Which one's on, Church or?
Church Street, yes, Church and Railroad. Those are my apartment buildings. I've had those apartment buildings now for over 13 years, and I work on them every day. We try to get the best tenants we can, and it's not easy with the Emporium next door. I'm telling you, I've already had 3 tenants move out because of the noise. The noise is humongous in the summertime out of the patio. It's really big. The people, their client, they, in the nighttime, and I've even heard it, because I'm a trailer driver, and I go there at 1 o'clock in the morning to check my apartment buildings before I go out on the road. And at that time, it's not too much, but a couple of times, it was crazy. Because I go out on Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, I'm out on the road. And you can't imagine what these people do behind my apartment buildings. I mean, and my tenants are witnesses to this. The actions that these people take. And you know, the bottles and beer cans and everything, yes, they have sent their personnel, you know, to my buildings to clean up, which is great, I appreciate that, that's wonderful. But it's still not enough. I had law enforcement already come over there. I have had my tenants witness 2 very serious fights right in front of my doors, my building doors, where the police actually came and arrested these people. It didn't happen much, it only happened a couple of times, but it happened. We don't need that. You know, I don't begrudge these people for having a business. I mean, what the heck, you know, people have to make a living. But this organization, this entity of theirs, I feel is too big, the site is too much for the area that we have in Patchogue, for that little area that we have. It's just too much, too many people. And they can't hire enough people to try to maintain it, we just can't do it, you know, it's illogical. So, you know, I try to help my tenants, you know, my tenants tell me, you know, that they stay up till 2, 3 o'clock in the morning sometimes, not all the time. You know, good night time, they don't, you know, Mondays, Tuesdays, nothing. But come Thursday, Friday, Saturday sometimes there's nothing either. I don't even see the place open some Saturdays, but when they are open, it's death. You know, I mean, these people, they go nuts. Like the lady was saying, you know, they walk all over the place. They're crazy. They drunk, they fall on the floor. I've seen them myself because I'm out there 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. You know, because I travel, I always check my buildings every single day because I care for my tenants. You know, I watch them and they appreciate that. I have tenants that have been living in my buildings now for over 26, 27 years, and they love it there. I treat them good, they take care of me. So, you know, I just want you to be aware, you know, you're giving these people a permit, you know, hey, that's up to you. You know, that's your responsibility. But I just like you to know, you know, what goes on. You know, and they can't do everything, you know, as business owners, but there has to be more responsibility, I feel. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Vasquez, what's your
Yes.
address? What address do you have?
My home address?
No, the address of your
The
apartment.
buildings, I have 35 Railroad Avenue and 45 Church
You're
Street.
on the east side of the, okay. You're
Yeah.
on the east side just north of the church.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, I have the corner buildings. I have one building on side, one
What's the
building
parking lot?
on side. Okay, thank you so much.
Any other members of the public that wish to speak on this application? Yes, ma'am.
My name is Karen Sadler. I also live at Cooper Beech Village. And ever since the Emporium opened, when they're open, we have public urination, beer bottles. We have limited parking as it is. And they come in and park. I've seen them come in and park, and I follow. They go right and walk over to the Emporium and park in our parking areas.
So these issues seem to be associated with that location? I mean, because there are a lot of places in the village that have.
No, they go to the, I've seen them, because I watched, I walked out, I looked to see where they were going. And also, same thing, late at night, they're cursing, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. It's unbelievable.